Ladies and gentlemen.
Prostitution and human sex trafficking. Reality versus the game.
The oldest profession is considered like prostitution, right? And people made movies about it, pretty women, certain things, right? Pimp, prostitute. People accepted that, but what people are struggling to accept is trafficker and traffic. It's very similar. They're forced against their will to, be forced into situations, forced fraud or coercion.
Welcome back to the Millionaire Trap Show. Tonight, we touching on a real topic. Prostitution and human sex trafficking. This ain't jokes. This ain't glamour. This real life. A lot of people confuse survival with exploitation. So let's talk real about it.
I believe that manipulation, brainwashing plays a critical component of that. And I don't believe that you can truly understand sex trafficking until you begin to wrap your mind around what manipulation truly looks like.
Manipulation usually is grooming, but grooming with a reason to sexually exploit you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What people don't understand is that there's an intent, there's an intelligence behind this, that there's a chess game going on, and they're manipulating you through a number of steps to get you to a place where then they can exploit you.
Also, you think maybe they're a good person, or they're looking out for you, or they couldn't possibly be trafficking you to do something harmful to you. How would you define a pimp?
Pimp is a sex trafficker. I don't believe that there should be any distinction between the two. In popular culture today, we often describe pimps as more non-threatening terms, as men who organize prostitutes. I don't believe that's an accurate depiction at all. These are people who are trafficking women into the life, into sex work. They are cold-hearted individuals who are preying on people's weaknesses, exploiting them in order to make a buck for themselves.
People throw these words around like they the same thing. They're not. Prostitution is talked about like a choice. Sex trafficking is control, manipulation, fear, and no exits. Pause.
The issues we got in the world today is human trafficking. I have been fighting human trafficking with an organization for over 15 years. I knew about domestic violence, but it was a guy that came to me and he said, "Hey, Tomas Lars," he said, "Do you know anything about domestic violence?" And he talked to me about how, in a domestic violence situation, it's a man and woman, but trafficking is the same because you got the pimp, call him daddy, and the girls. And what these guys are doing is they're taking these girls and they're making big money. Now, we know about prostitution and all that because we've been around there for a while. But let me tell you something. Human trafficking now is one of the largest growing illicit enterprises in the world. It's $250 billion a year that's taking place, not in foreign countries, right here in the United States. And I talk to people all the time about the effects and what happens and what you need to realize. I'm going to give you 1 point today for trafficking to pass on to your child. All of you that got young kids from the ages of 10 on up and they got mobile devices, listen to me closely, parents. Listen to me. You talk to your child and you just talk to them, and then you slip this on them. You ask them, how many secret apps do you have on your phone? Don't ask them if they have any, because they'll say no. You have to ask them how many, because I guarantee you 90+% of your kids have a secret app on their phone. And on there, they're sharing pictures of themselves. And understand this, if your child takes a naked picture of themselves and they send it to somebody else, and that somebody else sends it to somebody, that's called child pornography. That's a felony. Plus, once it's out there digital-wise, your kid can never be able to take it back. So ask them, how many do you have? And when their eyes bug out like this, simply say, show me all of them. I know you got them on there. And let them open them up. But we got to have that dialogue with our kids. Because understand, these traffickers now are coming at your children by way of befriending them online. And they'll come and they'll have a picture or a bio of just what your child is looking for, your daughter, your son is looking for. And boys, they're really getting boys. And you would think, man, why would they want boys? Listen, trafficking is about the buyer. The only reason we have trafficking is because people are buying sex.
If someone can't walk away freely, that ain't a choice.
But traffickers can pick up on youth who have past sexual trauma.
Yes, they know the signs.
They pick up the signs, and they can tell those kids who don't have a voice And so one of the ways I think to love a kid sometimes is not just love the spiritual part of their life, but their whole being. Their whole being. And trauma
Trafficking don't always start violent. It start with help, promises, money, protection. I got you. Then control come in. Mentally, financially, and emotionally.
4 signs you may be a target of human trafficking. Number 4, you find money on the ground outside your car. So if you do this, it could be laced with drugs, fentanyl, anything that could render you unconscious.
Yeah.
Don't touch it. Get in your car. Get to safety.
Oh.
Number 3, you find a zip tie on the door handle of your car.
Oh my gosh.
This might seem odd, and you might want to like get it off or fix it right away. Don't do it. Same thing. Get in your car. Get to safety. You touch it, it gives a trafficker time to get to you, or it may signal to other traffickers that this is a mark.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Number 2, finding money on the windshield of your car. Similar to outside, you may get in your car and see the money and get back out of your car. Not the thing to do. Stay in your car, even if you see it on there when you've already gotten in. Drive to safety. Safely get it off after.
Yeah.
That's scary.
And then number 1 is being marked with a dot or a smidge of paint or chalk on your car. If you see your car marked with anything like that, just be safe. Get to safety. Drive to the police station. Don't take any chances. If you see any kind of mark, that could mean that you're marked as a vulnerable victim. 4 signs
A lot
you
of
may be
victims don't even realize they victim at first. They think they surviving until they stuck.
The pimp that was beating the shit out of me if I didn't bring him home $2,000 to $3,000 a night. Everyone watches Taken and they think that that's what human trafficking is. That's a great film, but that's not really how it works. It's not what human trafficking looks like. It's more nuanced than that. It's typically people that know them sort of introduce them to it. Studies have been shown it's friends or families or people they trust, or it's just vulnerable population, which is what I was. No family, no friends, product of the state, trauma, and then they know. So yeah, it eased into that, got out of that, and that's how I found Tantra.
To anyone watching who ever felt trapped, hear me clear. Life is worth more than survival mode.
Was at the party and they were there willingly. When does it become sex trafficking?
When they move them. So the first time that they went to this party and I agreed to come to this party, but now you have me go with you to LA. Maybe I didn't want to go to LA.
What if I did want to go?
If you did want to go, that's where the blurry lines come in for me. Because if they're underage, yes, they don't have a choice. Even if they went willingly, they don't have a choice. Their mental state isn't developed enough.
Yeah, you shouldn't have had an underage person in that space. Period.
But the ones that are older, that's where I can see more of the human trafficking than the sex trafficking, because you can't prove that she didn't want. You could prove that she left, but you can't prove under what circumstances of the yes, no, unless now they said they got all these videos of stuff. That may be where the sex trafficking is coming in.
Well, the one video that we did see, on that video though, we do see physical abuse, which he's not being charged, but if he's not allowing her to leave,
that's human trafficking.
That's human trafficking at that point. Even if it is your girlfriend, because at that point you just mentioned
she said no.
Right.
No money, no protection, no fast lifestyle is worth losing your freedom, your mind, your future. You not weak for wanting better. You strong for walking away when you know what's better.
Yesterday around 3 o'clock, I was at a coffee shop over in Germantown in Nashville, and I was leaving this coffee shop to go back to my friend's house and took an Uber. The Uber driver, it was the same guy, the same car, the same license plate, everything was fine. It was a nicer, newer car, kind of an SUV. And when I got in the car, I was on the phone with my friend and we were just chatting and nothing was weird. This was a 15-minute Uber ride. And then I hung up with my friend about like 6 minutes later. And at this point I have my AirPods in and I'm like on my phone. We're at a red light and all of a sudden my driver puts his sweatshirt up over his nose. And in front of the center console, I just see what looks to be some gas being released. I remember seeing it just out of my peripheral vision, and I look up and I see it, look at the mirror, and he's looking directly at me with his thing over his nose. I don't breathe for a second because in my brain I'm like, what if I'm about to be drugged? I breathe in the slightest amount, I'm not even kidding, like little breath in, immediately felt tingles all through my body. It literally felt like everything just like everything was slowing down. And it felt like I was about to pass out. It was a sweet scent. I did some research and I'm pretty sure it was chloroform. And thank God the second I felt it, my arms felt limp. I grabbed the door handle. Thank God it was unlocked. Grabbed my stuff, walked out, ran out of the car pretty much. And the guy was like, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Ran to the corner where there was a woman standing there. Like she was waiting to cross the street. And I tried to get help. I tried to tell her what happened, to tell somebody what happened, because I literally felt like I was about to pass out. And I couldn't talk. I was like, and I couldn't talk to this woman and tell her what had just happened. And it was so scary.
Let's talk real game. Real game ain't exploiting people. Real game is creating options, not cages.
Ladies and young ladies, check this one out. Also, fellas, watch. If you got daughters, mothers, fathers, uncles, aunties, nieces, nephews, whatever, check this one out. This is for you. Here it is.
Anybody can pop up on you. You're not seeing. He's right behind you. Okay, I'm just talking to y'all like you're my daughters. I need to teach y'all how to move. So I need to teach y'all how men are. Look, first off, let's look over there. Mom may say, I'm at work, go walk home. What mom ever say that? Girl, I'm at work, go walk home. As you're walking, you're probably looking at over there and see who you know. So guys sometimes say certain stuff, oh, I had that, or she easy, because you try to make a statement. You gotta understand, Queen, that them guys, what they're gonna be saying is, the moment you walk by them, they're gonna be looking at you, what she got on, they're gonna be looking at your butt, they're gonna be looking at your shape. Sometimes when they walk, you got your headphones on. Watch this. You got your headphones on and walking, and you're not looking inside the cars. Anybody can jump out and come and get you. You're not looking, you're not aware. Do y'all know some predators out here?
No, I don't like it.
Boom, boom, boom. Anything can happen. They put your hand over you, or they got a certain thing that you put on the cloth and you go to sleep. Did you know that? Y'all been in a situation where y'all walking and older dudes try to holler at y'all? Yeah. Okay, you walking. What do you think he want? The booty. That's all he want, the booty. First off, you shouldn't be this close. The moment he say that, you need to start backing up. When y'all start driving, when y'all get of age, this is your truck. Can people break into cars?
Yeah.
Can people hide?
Yeah.
So what happens is people hide and people break in the car. The moment you get in, you just don't get in your car. You look and see who's behind in the back seat before you get in. You gotta see who's up under the car. So when you get in, you're looking in the back. That make sense? You looking in the what?
The back.
You're looking in the back. You see all them guys dancing. It's a lot of them. What you think they're gonna be talking about? They're gonna be talking about you. What they gonna be saying about you?
That I'm fine.
They're fine. Your body. Who she with? Also, you see guys in the hood. Do they look like little street guys a little bit? The street guys usually are in pain. That's why they went to the street. I wouldn't even go that route. I would go all the way around. I know two of them. They cool. You know two, but you don't know all. And you may know them, but you don't know their spirit. You know
if
them.
You got power over someone who can't leave, that ain't respect, man. That's abuse.
I had seen him like severely beat some of the girls there. You know, I've caught my unlucky days where he wasn't like really in a good mood. Mm-hmm. And then like the more he realized that like if he left for half a day or something and I didn't run, you know, he got more trustful of me. And then he went away for the weekend and the girl that he trusted the most kind of slipped up. When it's go time, I'm out. And I saw everything align. I took the keys, I closed the door and I bounced. I had already kind of prepped somebody in one of the clubs that he took us to. I was like, hey, look. And like the person was like, oh, you want me to, you know, cause an issue right now? And I'm like, no, because he has my ID. He says he'll kill my family, you know. And so I kind of was like, I just need to disappear and get back home. I called the person up and then they let me hide for 3 days because I already knew he was going to check bus stations, planes, trains, everything. So I hid out for 3 days. And then when I got off the bus in Orlando, I went straight
to... If a real man watching this, real masculinity is protecting, not praying. This episode, it wasn't about judging. It was the truth. It was about the truth. We got to start glamorizing trauma and start protecting our people. This is the Millionaire Trap Show, where we always speak what matters and what's on our mind. Click, like, and subscribe.